In the heart of Umuchime, a village cradled by the arms of the gods, tradition was law. A woman's life was measured by the children she bore, her family's fortune tied to her womb. For the first daughter of a family, marriage was not just a union, it was a duty to bear children and preserve her family's legacy. For Nkechi, the eldest daughter of a family, the burden of this expectation was as heavy as a stone. But what happens when the gods remain silent? What happens when a woman's womb does not bear fruit? Nkechi had it all, a loving husband Eze and the family that cherished her. Yet the one thing she could not give was the one thing everyone demanded, a child. One morning, while Nkechi was sweeping their compound, her mother-in-law walked in on her face sharp with disapproval. "Mama, good morning." "Nkechi, sweep faster. You have all the time in the world since you have no children to tend to. Do you know what people say behind my back? That my daughter-in-law is barren. You sweep and cook, yet you cannot do the one thing you were married to this family for." "I have done all I can, Mama. The gods will hear my prayers soon," she said calmly, trying to hide her tears. "Soon? Soon, you say? My son will lose his inheritance because of your son. No land, no cattle, no legacy. Do you know what shame you will bring to this family?" Obiageli's words cut deep, yet Nkechi bore them in silence. To speak out against her mother-in-law would only bring more disgrace. Every day, Nkechi faced the sting of Obiageli's words, but her silence only fueled by the fire of her pain. "Dim, I spoke to the herbalist today. He said he would prepare another portion for me. Do you think I haven't heard enough of these potions and charms? How many more sacrifices must we make before the gods listen? I will do anything, Dim. Just give me more time." Though Eze loved his wife, the pressure from his family and the village weighed heavily on him. Each day his silence grew heavier, and Nkechi felt her words slipping away. Obiageli started making plans to bring in another woman for her son, since his wife could not give him a child, which would make Nkechi's family lose all their inheritance. When Nkechi learnt of her mother-in-law's plans, she ran back home to her family for help. "Nne, my world is crumbling down my very eyes. My mother-in-law wants to get another wife for my husband, and you know what that means for us. I have come so my sister Kamara will help me. Kamara has gone to be with her beloved. What you think of is heavy a price to pay. Are you sure she would help? Nne, help me talk to her. I cannot ask that of her. Ejike and his people have scheduled to come next 4 Eke market days for her rights. Talk to her yourself." Nkechi ran out in search of her sister, Kamara, and she found her under an udara tree with her betrothed and asked to speak with her sister. Nkechi and Kamara sat by the udara tree. The leaves rustle softly in the breeze as Nkechi pleads with her sister. "Kamara, you are my only hope. If I lose this family and marriage, I will bring shame to our family. Help me to give my husband a child, as tradition demands." "You ask too much of me, Nkechi. I love Ejike, And we have plans to get married and build a life together. His people are coming in few days. Do you think I want this? Do you think I'm happy asking this of you? I have no choice. If you do not help me, our family will lose everything. And what of me? What of my happiness? Must I sacrifice my life for yours? Nkechi tearfully went back home, and that night their home was thrown into silence. Kamara was thrown into confusion, not knowing if to continue with her marriage plans with Ejike and risk her family losing all inheritance and her sister known as barren. In her confusion, she went to her mother, who told her she supports any decision she made. Kamara's heart was heavy with the weight of her sister's plea. In Umuchime, family was sacred, but love was just as precious. But Kamara knew that the choice would change her life forever. The next morning, Kamara went and ended things with Ejike. Ejike, I cannot marry you. My sister needs me. What do you mean? We made plans, Kamara. I love you. Is that not enough? It's not about love, it's about family. I cannot let my sister lose everything. What of us, Kamara? What of our dreams? Are we nothing compared to your family? You will never understand, but please forgive me. Ejike walked away that day, his heart shattered. Kamara stood by the river, watching him disappear, knowing she had lost the love of her life. Kamara told her sister she would help give her husband a child. Nkechi's joy knew no bounds as she ran back to her husband's house. She told her husband her sister would help her give him a child. Eze was skeptical about the request but had to give in to it when his wife kept pressuring him day and night. Eze informed his people and they did the supposed rituals. Kamara went home with her sister, though not happy, but she made her choice. Some months passed and Kamara took in. Nkechi could not help but become jealous of her sister. She would not help her sister do anything nor allow her husband help her. Though Kamara carried the child for Nkechi, the bond between her and Eze became undeniable. Nkechi's envy began to fester. Nkechi mistreated her sister so much so that she regretted sacrificing her happiness to save her sister's face. To her, the kingdom could take their inheritance, since their father had no son. All she did was for her sister. Few more months, Kamara put to bed, and the next day she handed the child to her sister and took her things to leave. But Obiageli, who was overjoyed with the arrival of her grandson, would not let her go just yet. After a month, she handed the child over to her sister. He is yours now, and she left. With the birth of the child, Kamara's duty was complete, but her heart was heavy with regret. Kamara returned home, but the love she had left behind was gone forever. Ejike got married to a beautiful girl from another village who is with child on her return. After some months, Nkechi went to ask for her sister's forgiveness for the way she treated her. Kamara, I can never repay what you have done for me. Forgive me, for the heart of man is wicked. I hold nothing against you, my sister. Some sacrifices are meant to be carried alone, Nkechi. This was mine. And so the wings of Umuchime carried the story of two sisters, one who gained everything and one who gave everything. So, moral lesson one: some sacrifices are forgotten by those who received them, but not by those who made them, as in the case of Nkechi and her sister Kamara. Then, two, genuine sacrifices are made without expecting recognition or reward. They stem from love or duty. Kamara did everything just for her sister's dignity. And that ends the story. Please, guys, like the story and subscribe to my channel for more stories that will blow your mind away. Thank you.